Welcome to the Dice Towers Summer Spectacular, a 5-day streaming event with top 10 lists, live plays, a host of board game fanatics, and more.
Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Okay, to the people who I dost care about, how are you all doing? Welcome to the show.
Why am I up on a Saturday at this time? Why? What, you couldn't schedule this for like a time when, like, you know, after I finish my coffee. This is yet another slight to me, Mr. Vassal.
Well, I think there's a very clear answer here, because A, you would already be up, because when you get to be the ancient age that you are currently, you would not be able to, sleep in past 6.
You promised me you wouldn't take shots today, but
I said to Miss Sydney that I would not take shots. All right, so if you don't know who's on screen here, we have outgoing Stronghold, Stephen Bonacore, who is fulfilling a contract before he retires, and incoming Sydney Engelstein. Sydney, what is your position at Stronghold?
I'm going to be stepping into the director of game development, which means that I'll be overseeing pretty much all of the projects. In addition to the projects I'm already overseeing on the IBC side, I'll be working sort of with both of them and just ensuring that everything has the same quality that everyone comes to expect from all the games out of indie game studios.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to both of them, and they're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up from Stronghold in the future. Before we do that, let's do some bookkeeping here. Welcome everyone. It is the last day of the Summer Spectacular. Today will be a much shorter day. We'll be ending after our final video with Sam Healy, top 10 list today, because today is Independence Day in America, July 4th. So to all of you who are celebrating a holiday, happy Independence Day. And let's see, we are running a few more contests before we end here. You can enter a contest right now by emailing us at contest@dicetower.com. Put in the keyword last as subject line, and in the description put your name and address, and you can win a copy of Animix or Dragominos from Blue Orange Games. So the keyword is last in the subject. Also, many people have their own dice person. You've noticed those. You see them here above us and below us. Do you want your own? You can bid for one of these. Just send us an email to auction@dicetower.com and put a bid in there. And it's a non-commercial use. Yesterday's bid, I actually have it here. Hang on, I'm going to bring it up to see. I
could get one of these?
You can. Jenny St. Arnold won yesterday with a bid of $400.99.
Whoa!
So
Jenny's awesome.
Thank you very much. So today's the last day. You can also go check out our website to see all the winners from the contests yesterday. All right, I think that's all the bookkeeping stuff here. Let's talk about Stronghold. All righty, what do you have to talk about?
Okay, so yeah, let me go first, and we're going to go back and forth with myself and Sydney. But the first thing, and we'll go pretty quickly, we're going to talk about Terraforming Mars, the Big Box. Now, the Kickstarter just ended. It was wildly successful. Please go over to Kickstarter.com and just type in Terraforming Mars Big Box. Tom's showing you what this thing had in it, and as you can see, this is a huge storage solution for the entire game that has come out before this. The game itself and all 5 expansions, and what we have in there on those layers right there are all new 3D tiles for the game and 3D markers for the game. It is absolutely a gorgeous project. As I mentioned, wildly successful with something like
2.5 million raised.
And like 22,000 backers or something like that. So if you want to go check that out, you can still late pledge for it. It just ended yesterday, but the late pledges will be open for about a week or so after this. So check that out on Kickstarter.com. We also have a small box version of the Big Box, and that one's just going to have the plastics, all the 3D tiles and the 3D markers for the game. So that's Terraforming Mars Big Box and Small Box on Kickstarter. Go check that out. I don't know, Tom, if you can show one of those gifts, that's cool. But if not, we'll just go right on to Kodama. Oh, there we go. Any of that spin there, Tom?
No, but I can do a
That's
pseudo
all right.
spin.
That's all right. The tiles are absolutely astonishing looking, and all the special tiles from the original game are in there, plus the cities, and which have many different types of cities, but even though they'll functionally be the same, and the greeneries, many different types of those, they'll functionally be the same. So, beautiful, great accessory to Terraforming Mars.
Here I go, spin.
Oh, look at that! Oh, he's spinning manually.
Pseudo
Look at him go.
spin.
That's all 3D. It's injection molded plastic with multiple pieces put on there. This one is, in particular, this is the ecological zone for fans of the game. That's a special tile. In this case, it has all kinds of things on there. It has some water, has some greenery, but it's a special tile called ecological zone. All right, Sydney, why don't you tell us about Kodama Forests?
From the IBC side of things, we have a couple of new releases that we're really excited about that are going to be part of our Gen Con bundle, which we'll talk about a little more in a bit. And one of them is Kodama Forest, which is the fourth game from our Kodama line. And one of my favorites because it adds a totally new gameplay. So a lot of the previous Kodama games were variations on the beloved game that introduced new player counts or introduced new strategies, but Kodama Forest is actually an entirely new game that is just set in the beloved, beautiful Kodama universe. Basically, everyone will get 2 of these little mats, and they'll sit between you and the player to your right, and your other one will sit between you and the player to your left. And on your turn, you draw these Tetronymos from the bag, and you will have 3, and of those 3, you have to pick 1 to contribute to your right side board and 1 to contribute to your left side board, trying to get both of them as completely filled up as possible while not covering those blue spaces that you can see where the Kodama already live.
The word is tetromino?
So all the Tetris pieces.
Got it.
Yeah, well,
I always say the word's wrong.
Word.
That's why I asked.
And so all the Tetris pieces have little markers on the side of them. So you can see I have some here. This one has a little flower. And if you match it up with another half flower on a piece to the side, you get to take one of your special animal helpers. There are pandas and butterflies and frogs, and you can add them immediately to your board to cover more space. And even though it's semi-cooperative with you working on 2 boards with the person sitting to your left and right, there's still one winner, and it's the person who did the best on both of their boards. So it's about balancing which of your pieces are best for which board and making sure that you don't outpace one and sacrifice the other, and so on.
When's this game coming out?
This will be around when Gen Con should have been as part of our Gen Con bundle.
Street date for it, I believe, is in either late September or October. But we'll talk about the Gen Con bundle that's going to be happening that we've implied a few times here. All of these games are going to have availability via the Gen Con, online convention.
Now, I didn't look at the box. Is it the same designers as the other?
No, it's actually designed by Kevin Riley and Jenny Iglesias, who worked on lots of other games for us, including Aeon's End. So they're really great designers. We love to work with them. And it's just a beautiful game, really fun, still simple, just like all the other Kodama games, but there are boards that you can play with kids because there are ones marked as simpler, and then all the way up to more complicated boards that can really appeal to any gamer.
It looks like
what else do we have in?
It looks like a larger box. What's the size of the box?
I believe it is larger than the other Kodama boxes. I think it might be 11 by 11, but I would need to look it up. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, that's what it looked like.
Quickly mention the other games in the Kodama line, because we've got so many of them, and they're all just very, very unique, but but they're all related with the beautiful art and the tree spirits.
Yeah, so all the Kodama games are sort of about building trees. This one's about building an entire forest. But the first one was a simple drafting game where you took new branch cards to add to your tree that grew out on the table in front of you. The second one was a I cut, you choose variant for 2 players where you still built the same tree. And the third one, which is still only recently out, is Kodama 3D, where we turn the drafting mechanic into a more complicated movement-based drafting, and the branch tokens you got were cardboard that you could attach to a 3D tree and grow up in front of you and have just a beautiful 3D tree in front of you. And now Kodama Forest is, again, tons of creativity with the beautiful pieces, creating a map all along your board and a unique forest every time.
All right.
And then the other game I was going to talk about, which is one of my personal favorites, is we have the 5th game in the Aeon's End line, Aeon's End Outcasts, coming out at the same time as part of the Gen Con bundle also. And for people who aren't familiar with Aeon's End, it is a cooperative deck builder where players all play mages trying to defeat one giant monster called the Nemesis. And so unlike other deck building games, there's a sort of external goal. You're not just trying to create the best deck you can that scores the most points. You're actually creating an engine that runs faster and faster and faster until you defeat the Nemesis. Also, the other really unique thing about it, as opposed to other deck builders, is that you don't actually ever shuffle your deck. When you run out of cards to draw, you take your discard pile, you flip it entirely over, which provides the ability to set up combos, to really plan out all of your turns, and if something goes wrong, you only have yourself to blame because you have more control than in any other deck builder. I
always blame the game. I'm just giving a heads up. I'm not going to blame myself.
To be fair, the introduced randomness is there's random turn order between the players and the Nemesis. So you can never fully know exactly what's going to happen and what's going to be the best shot.
I noticed your name's on the box here.
Yes, I helped design this one. I also wrote the story, which this is a continuation of the story from the previous Aeon's End games, but can also be picked up as a starting place because it explains sort of where we left off. And our heroes are journeying actually into the void, which is the dimension where the monsters come from, to try and confront them there and stop them at the source. And it comes along with a whole story booklet that you can read as you play through the campaign, which is a preset 4 games. So there are 4 nemesis packaged up with unlocked characters and unlocked market upgrades that you can buy packaged in with them for a sort of expedition experience where you can follow along with the story and play the games in order and upgrade your characters as you go and make your starting deck better. And that way you can get the full expedition experience. But there's also just a ton of new content for people who like to tear everything open and mix it up with the rest of their Aeon's End content. It comes with all new mages and all new nemesis that can be reintegrated to all older existing Aeon's End content and mixed and matched however you choose.
So you said this is the 5th one?
This is the 5th one.
I'm a little bit behind myself. I think I played the first one.
One of the coolest things about the whole system is that every piece of it just integrates back and forth, including the legacy version, including Aeon's End Legacy. You can take your mages in there that start as like baby mages. They can't do much, and then they get bigger and you make them cooler and stuff. And those you have full blown out breach mages in the end, which can then be brought into any of the rest of the system. That's to me the coolest part of all about the Aeon's End system. And there's many expansions for the game.
And we even have rules on how to, if you enjoy the expedition system, which is that 4-game progression where you unlock treasures that augment the way your mages play. So you unlock tier 1 treasures and then tier 2 and tier 3, so they get progressively stronger. We give rules for how to set up your own expeditions with whatever nemesis you want, or random nemesis, or random mages, or picking your mages, so that you can play that sort of mini legacy experience with the leveling up. And use all of your old Aeon's End content in that format.
All right.
Awesome.
We look forward to this. So this is coming out same time?
Yep.
Anything else?
Awesome. Do you want to mention the 2 expansions that are hitting, or did you cover?
Sure.
Those?
So it also all of our Aeon's End main series releases come with a few expansions. So this one has 2, Return to Gravehold and the Southern Village, and those are also going to be available as part of the Gen Con bundle. They each come with 2 new mages, and Return to Gravehold has 2 nemeses, and Southern Village has 1 nemesis, who is really cool. He's our first nemesis who has his own board, actually, with movement around the board. So it's a little bit spatial, and those are not standalone. So if you don't have a main box Aeon's End, you can't play the full game with them, but they provide a lot of extra content and new ways to play for how small they are.
Awesome. All right. Let's move into, if it's okay, we'll move into Not Alone Sanctuary. Thank you, Tom. So, Not Alone, first of all, for those who don't know the game Not Alone, this is came out about 3 years ago from Stronghold. It's a 1 versus many game about an expedition from Earth that crash lands on a very distant planet in another solar system called Artemis. And you realize soon after you've crash landed that you are dun, 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 not alone. There is a creature. You like that? I have my own music in my head.
That was very,
you like that?
very, very threatening there.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that. There's a creature that is actually the planet itself. The planet's alive, and it's a malevolent entity that is attempting to assimilate all of the crashed party, which is known as the Hunted. And that's everybody else in the game, and it's 2 to 7 players. So the creature versus as many as 6 other players, the Hunted. You visit locations on the planet and try to utilize the powers at those locations, while the creature is trying to suck away the will of the Hunted and assimilate them into the planet itself. Now in Sanctuary, the players now find out that not only does the creature exist on the planet, but also there were previous crash survivors from an unknown mission from years before them that are on the planet. However, they've built a fortress, a floating fortress on the planet that hopefully the Hunted can utilize with those other survivors. So what do we have? What's the new stuff that's in Sanctuary? Tom, if you bring up a couple of those things, I'd appreciate it. First, we have the Sanctuary.
Here's the survivors.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Sanctuary board first, if that's okay. Okay, those are the survivors, and they represent some of the inhabitants of the city of Sanctuary. And you're going to get powers if you can rescue them and bring them back to Sanctuary. The Sanctuary board that Tom had there a second ago, that is the city itself, the Fortress City. It has a defense rating that you're going to try to build up. This board represents another way for the Hunted to win the game. If they can fortify Sanctuary enough, the creature cannot penetrate it, and therefore they will win, a alternate win condition. There are avatar cards. The avatars they represent the players. So now each player can have a unique power. You can see Malcolm Pike there, Captain Pike. This is Malcolm, not Christopher Pike. He gets a special benefit during Phase 3, etc. Everybody will have a benefit. So
that guy looks super smug.
He's a very smug guy, you know.
He's a captain.
You know, hey, he's Captain Pike, you know. There's new place cards. The place cards are the ones that are needed to be played with this expansion because they will reference the various elements in this expansion. And you'll see that I only picked 4 of them, but they're 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
That's really nice artwork.
The artwork has always been astonishing in Not Alone. So if you want amazing science fiction artwork, this is obviously a game for you. And the final element, so everything I kind of mentioned, help the Hunted, help the good guys in the game. But there's evolution cards here as well. And the evolution cards, they go along with the new Phase 5 of the game. Evolution cards are the special abilities that the creature can manifest, and they come in level 1 and level 2. The creature will acquire DNA tokens, new tokens in the game, and spend those DNA tokens to create and manifest these powers. So, in essence, our partners over in Belgium, Geek Attitude Games, has grown the game into a bigger game. So fans of the game are just going to absolutely love this. It's already dripping with theme and intrigue and creepiness. You're going to love it if you like those kind of elements in the game. So Not Alone has always been in my top games in my catalog. And this really solidifies it for me.
Your former catalog.
I still have a very big stake in this company, Mr. Vassal.
He's not retired yet.
And I'm not retired yet. And Sydney will take a great care of this catalog going forward. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, one versus many game out there, and it plays up to 7 players. Great player count in under 1 hour. So that's Not Alone Sanctuary. And the coolest thing is, going to be on Kickstarter. It will unveil all the cool stuff in this game, and that is on July 7th. So that's Tuesday. This will be Kickstarter on Tuesday of next week, which happens to be my birthday, Tom. I'm sure that present of yours is in the mail to me, right?
Oh, don't worry. I have it, but a lot of people are using this old folks stuff nowadays, so that's a little harder to get, but it's on the way.
Thank you, Tom. So that's it. That's great. And as we've mentioned a few times here, at Gen Con Online, we're going to have a very big sale that we're going to do at the Stronghold Indie Boards and Cards booth there at Gen Con. You're going to be able to get as many as 5 games, 5 games for as low as $50, plus some shipping. And the games will be all the new releases that have not even come out yet, or some things that have just come out a little while ago. So Stronghold catalog, Ripple Rush, which we've been talking about, Divvy Dice, that's the 7th and 8th games. And
can I just quick ask, you're saying 5 for 50? No, that's 5 for 50 each.
5 games, $50.
Got it. Okay, no, that's cool. I just wasn't sure.
No. For you, 5 games, $50 each. For everybody else, 5 games for $50 only. And you'll be able to do some upgrades in the catalog as well. I mean, like Aeon's End 5, that Outcasts that you just saw. Now, you can get that as part of your 5, but there'll be an upcharge on that one because that's a big box $50 game by itself. So that'll be an upcharge on that one. There'll be an upcharge on some of these games. But just to mention some of the games that will be available, I said Ripple Rush, Divvy Dice, Coldest Night, Crosswords, Sherlock Files, Volume 2, Magic Money, Aeon's End Outcasts, Kodama Forest, The Return to Gravehold and Southern Village, Pursuit of Happiness, Experiences that just came out. So for your $50, you'll be able to get and mix and match these. Some will be upcharged, but a lot of it you can actually get, 5 games for $50 if you want. So we're going to be really excited. I will be retired already by Gen Con, almost. But I'll be there hanging out, playing games. I'll probably put on the schedule, come have a retirement drink with Bonacore or something like that. How's that?
All right, folks, if you have before we jump off here, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Bonacore or Sydney? I got one here already. What's the estimate on receiving the big box?
Yeah, it's we're on target for what we announced directly in the Kickstarter, which I believe was March 2021. No change in that, of course. I mean, we're just in the process of, now we know how many to print, send it out with a few more changes that we need to make, and we're going to print. So 2021 March.
When people you mentioned a deal, but there's also going to be all these new games and other games at the Gen Con thing, right?
There's going to be all of these new games in the Gen Con booth with the deal that I just mentioned. I believe we'll have other games there as well, but we're going to be pushing the new ones. You pushed it, and I think we're going to give you a deal, a whole bundle of brand new releases for Gen Con.
All righty. Well, there's someone says, when will this sale begin?
At Gen Con itself.
He doesn't know the dates. I don't know them either. It's it's August sometime.
July 31st, does it start? I can go check right now. whatever Gen Con starts. Gen Con starts on the 30th of July. I'm pretty sure.
Somebody named Tony says, do you have plans to wear hats like Tom with your cane, Stephen?
Tony Galati, I'm going to beat you.
What? Oh, yeah. Sydney, I've been wondering this too. So it said, what's on your wall? I thought they were butterflies at first.
Oh, they're masks, like masquerade masks.
Okay.
She has a lovely collection of.
I collect them. I don't have a great place to sit in my apartment. I tried to get my games in the background, but it was.
It's a good background. You have a good background.
I don't have a great one like you do. I need to set up a whole room for it.
You got to have You have to have the catalog behind you like this.
Alrighty, I think that is pretty much it. Other than the comment here, the face of Stronghold has improved 100%. And
Absolutely
I apologize,
has.
I can't edit comments, but you forgot a 0.
But I do want to say, let me make one final statement, if you don't mind, Tom. As everyone knows out there, I did announce retirement this week. I could not be happier with how the company has grown, and now giving over the company to the most amazing team that could possibly have been put together. Sydney is going to do just an amazing job in the new role, curating the Stronghold catalog, as well as working and continuing to work on the indie boards and cards catalog as well. So congratulations to Sydney, and keep up the great work. There's going to be great things in the future from Stronghold Games and indie boards and cards, and Sydney is going to be key to that success.
I'm really excited to be part of it.
Well, we look forward to seeing this. We'll see probably both of you during the Gen Con event. Thank you all for coming on board. Thank you, everyone, for watching Summer Spectacular. We're not done yet, though. We're going to jump over to Dan and Cora, and then we got some more stuff coming. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hello, my name's Dan. This is Cora, and we're here to talk to you. We're not here to. We're actually here to talk to you, but we're also here to give you our top 5 children's card games. Yes, and we're not starting this video again because we started it a lot of times.
10 already.
10 already, and Cora's getting bored. So we're just going to carry on. I might say something, but we're going to carry on. So, 5 games for children, which are card games. Predominantly card games. A little bit of cheating going on here and there. Yeah. And the first one's the biggest cheat.
Especially with you.
My number 5, it's this.
It's a card holder.
It's a card holder.
I've not got big enough hands to hold cards and fan them out, so I need this all the time.
Yeah.
It's really useful.
If you want to play a card game with kids, especially younger kids, I mean, Cora's getting to the age now where she is managing to fan out cards sometimes. But you find this a lot easier. So basically, you put cards in here.
And then you look at them if you can and stuff.
And then you look at them. Hello, my name's Dan. This is Cora, and we're times
10 already.
10 already, and Cora's getting bored. So we're just going to carry on. I might say something wrong, but we're going to just carry on. So, 5 games for children, which are card games. Predominantly card games. A little bit of cheating going on here and there. Yeah. And the first one's the biggest cheat.
Especially with you.
My number 5, it's this.
It's a card holder.
It's a card holder.
I've not got big enough hands to hold cards and fan them out, so I need this all the time. Yeah.
It's
really useful.
If you want to play a card game with kids, especially younger kids, I mean, Cora's getting to the age now where she is managing to fan out cards sometimes. But you find this a lot easier. So basically, you put cards in here.
And then you look at them if you can and stuff.
And then you look at them and stuff. So there you go. Look, a card goes in. Yeah, and it keeps it away. It means that you can spread out your cards and you don't need to worry about. So if you've got a kid that you want to play a card game with, these are absolutely invaluable.
The hands are small as
well. And the hands are small. If you've got a kid with massive, great big hands, like giant, freakish hands.
Like yours.
Mine are perfectly in proportion to my body. If you had the same size hands as me, though, you'd look really weird, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you've got a kid with freakishly large hands, you might not need this. But if you've got a kid with normal size hands, like Cora, then you could do with one of these. They're very a few pounds off. I got mine off Amazon, but they'll be available all sorts of places. So I highly recommend these. So that's my number 5. It's not a card game. It's a tool to play card games with kids with. It's a card holder. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Misty.
Misty
is a game about drawing on windows. I quite like the artwork on the
On the books?
On the books, because just the gradient is...
You really like... You say that a lot, don't you? The melding of the colours into each other. You really like that. Yeah.
And the actual colours they chose to blend into each other.
Yeah. We've done a review of this, so if you want to know the rules in depth, then you can check out, search on the Dice Tower for our review, and that gives you a bit more of the rules. But in short, it's a drafting game. It works okay with 2 people, which is unusual for a drafting game, because we play most of our games 2 people, don't we?
Yeah. It's kind of quite a complex game, because there's like a balloon and it's going to go up, so you need to move something to the side so it won't destroy it, and there's just a lot of stuff.
You're laying out a grid, aren't you? And then at the end of the game, you move that grid around, and depending on what cards you got left, because some cards swallow other cards and all that kind of stuff, will depend on what your points are. And it can be quite complicated to work out which goes where, can't it? But it's a good choice, good choice. Misty by Helvetic, nice game. My number 4 is this game. Bucket King 3. I had to pause it because I was trying to work out if it's on your list as well. It gets, I don't know how Tom and Eric and everyone does these kind of top 5. I'm like, oh, is mine on the list and your list? Am I allowed to say it? This isn't on Cora's list. It's Bucket King 3D. What?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's in the same...
It's not even... No, that's my number... Oh, this is a nightmare. Right. Ignore that.
Go away.
That wasn't incompetence. That was purposeful. My number 4, it's because it's a big box. It confused me. Is
Donuts for donuts.
Donuts. We're very professional.
Yes.
We know exactly what... You're in safe hands here, guys. Don't worry, you're in safe hands. Donuts for Donuts is my number 4. Now, this game... Do you know why I like this game? It's because it's got buckets and kings in it. No. It's got donuts in it. And it's another drafting game. This time you're drafting from a selection in the middle rather than passing cards round. And it's a set collection game. And each different type of donut has a different kind of power and things like that.
Yeah. So like these plain ones, if you have the most plain ones at the end of the game, you get a certain amount of points.
Yeah. Adding
the points that you got for the plain ones singly. So there's a lot of... It's quite complicated adding the points at the end, but it's usually okay.
Yeah, it's usually, especially since you don't usually score many points, do you? So that's fine. Nor do I, to be fair. In fact, I think I lost spectacularly the last time we played with your brother and sister. But it's an enjoyable game. It's actually an enjoyable game for everybody. So this is a family game rather than just a kids game. Yeah. I think I very much enjoy playing this one. Not that I don't enjoy playing the others. So it's a great game. Donuts for Donuts, a modern classic, I'd argue. Very popular these days. Donuts for Donuts. So your number 4 is this is how you do it. This you went wrong before. Is coming up later on my list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And my number 4 is Bucket King. Oh. So my number 4 and no.
My number 4 and Dad's number 3.
Oh, this is a nightmare. I wish I'd never started this video. Cora's number 4, my number 3 is Bucket King 3D. This game is fast dropping off my list. It's causing us so much trouble. This is a really fun game. It's a nice take that game.
Yeah.
The reason it's such a big box
is because it's not only cards.
It's not only cards.
It's still mostly cards, so it still counts as a card game. But it's got all these buckets as well. There's like a couple of colours of these, but there's...
Yeah, all these buckets. And you make...
If you can't see them properly, Dad will probably show them.
I'll put a picture up. And you make a 3D pyramid of these buckets and use the cards to try and knock everyone else's pyramids over, basically. Not in a kind of dexterity game type way, but...
It's not like Trader Coconuts when you go, yeah!
No, although that would be fun as well.
Yeah.
but it's a game where you're having to put down slightly more than the last person, and if you can't put the card down, then you have to take away one of your buckets, and it might make your entire pyramid collapse. Yes, which is always amusing. So that's my number 3, Bucket King 3D. Now Cora's number 3 is... What is it, Cora?
We just did my number 4.
And my number 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so your number 3
is Robots.
Robots.
I really like this game because it's got it's quite a fun game all in general, but the cards have something that not a lot of cards do. So look, this is the back of the card actually, and you use this side as well as this side, and it's quite. I just find it cool.
You like the fact you've got dual use cards, and it's a kind of what you do is one of the players is a kind of robot, and the other players have got to work out how far around this track.
They've gone,
and I'll put a picture up as well.
Yeah.
And so the robot starts off by going beep, and then mentally counts. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and counts off these little nodules, and then says beep to stop, and the other players have to guess where that robot stopped, don't they?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're counting in your mind. You're not counting.
Yeah, you wouldn't go.
You won't go 1, 2, 3.
That would just give it away.
That would be a little bit easy, to be fair.
Just a little bit easy.
And Cora's a massive fan of this. This is one of the nominees for the Kinderspiel des Jahres this year, and they very kindly sent this to us. And we were playing it yesterday for the first time, weren't we?
We only played it twice, and it's still already on third place.
It is. You really like it, don't you? We had a great time playing it. It's a good little game. It's a good little game. It's a solid little mechanism. It's not a mechanism I've seen before. It's almost like a hidden movement where you don't actually move anything. It's a bit odd, but it's really good. And that's robots. Robots. Okay, so we've done your number 3. We've done my number 3. So it's now my number 2.
Yes.
And this. And this is a game called Sleeping Queens. Sleeping Queens is a game I've played for years and years and years with your brother and sister. I used to play it. It's a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. It's a great little take that game from Game Right, where you've got queens. Queens out in the middle, haven't you? And then you're trying to collect the queens and take thatting and taking other people's queens off them and things like that. Really nice, really simple rules, but a lot of fun to play. As I say, this has been a solid favourite in our house for many, many years. My eldest is now 16, and I used to play this with her when she was younger than Cora. It's really, really good. I love it. Sleeping Queens. A classic, and another classic for a reason. Okay, your number 2
is Rat-a-tat-cat.
Rat-a-tat-cat. This is another Game Right game.
Take off the elastic
Take off the elastic band. That's very unprofessional. Tell me about Rat-a-tat-cat.
Rat-a-tat-cat is a game where it's another game where you don't look at your cards. So it's like Dad's number 5 card holder. You don't use that in it because you can't even see your cards.
No, you can't. No, actually, you have them face down in front of you, don't you?
Yeah.
And you've got to try and you can look at 2 of them.
Yeah.
But you've got to try and
2.
Yeah.
There's 2 in the middle, 2 outside, and you look at those.
And you draw a card. You choose whether you're going to replace one of the cards down on the table with one you
don't want points.
And you don't want points. It's trying to get the lowest point. So you might draw a 3, and you've got to decide. Do I think one of these cards is going to be higher or lower than a 3?
Because mostly you can't remember what you just.
No, it's a memory game. You got to because after a while you do get to know what you've got in your.
Beat.
She does. She usually beats me. Yeah. So this is rubbish.
He did throw that.
We don't want to play that anymore. Okay. And my number 1 is also
my number 1.
Cora's number 1.
Because it's just so good.
Because it's just so good. And this, Tom Vassell doesn't like this game. What a buffoon! What a foolish man. Llama. Llama by Rainer Knizia.
He's probably going to end up watching this stuff.
Shh, don't tell him. Llama by Rainer Knizia. It's a great game. This is it's a little bit like Uno, but slightly more complex than Uno.
I think the bit that makes it the most fun is that you end up screaming.
You end up screaming at each other, don't you? As people do things to you. This is a game that is a massiff favourite in our family.
Top tip for Llama, never put down a 1.
You're going to put them down sometime. but so like Uno, you're trying to I can't remember how to play Uno, but basically you're playing cards, you're trying to equal or match, no, the same thing, match the number that's down or put 1 higher. and you're trying to get rid of all your cards, basically. Yeah. It's got a Rider Knizia twist, as all Rider Knizia games do, in that if you completely get rid of all your cards, you can put some points back. And
put one token back and always put back a black.
Yes.
Never put that on.
Because the tokens come in two varieties, in 1s and in 10s, and you can either put a one token back, or if you've scored 10, you can put 10 token back, and suddenly you're back in the game. So it's a great little catch-up mechanism. It's mainly luck. I won't deny it. It's mainly luck. It mainly plays itself. That's fine for a kid's game, and that's fine for a family game. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but what this is incredible fun, and it gets the whole family shouting and screaming at each other, which is normally a bad thing, but in this case,
it's not.
In this case, it's quite fun.
Yeah. And you mostly shout and scream because you just can't do it.
Yeah, the frustration when someone plays a card before you that's just completely ruined all your plans and things like that, and then the cackles of evil laughter when people do it. It's a lovely game. It's a family game. It's a very light game. It feels like it should be a game that's been around for years and years and years, and it has to some extent, but it's just got that little bit of a twist to it. It's just lovely. If you like fun, you'll like Llama. So Tom Vassell doesn't know what he's talking about. So that's both of our number one family/kids card game. And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we've done a fantastic job there. I think that went seamlessly. I mean, without any kind of hiccups or anything like that. I think everyone can agree that we are probably the most professional top 5 list makers on the Dice Tower. What do you think? You won't know because you don't bother watching anyone else, do you? Only watch our stuff.
Yeah.
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 That's my advice. That's my advice to the watching public as well. Only watch our stuff. So, thank you very much. We're going to see you again. If you want to check out more of our stuff, we've got some reviews we've done on the Dice Tower, and we've got some other top 5s and top 10s we've done on the Dice Tower as well.
Quite a long time ago.
Yeah. Although
I would have been like 4.
Yeah, we did some of those a while ago, but we've got some recent reviews now, including one of Misty and probably one of Robots, because we're just about to record one of those as well.
We haven't done one on Llama either.
We haven't done it on Llama. We'll do one on Llama at some point as well. So that's all we got for you. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
All right, everybody, give us just a second here. We're going to be adding in some. We're going to be going about. Okay, let's see. There you go. You should be able to see the game here of Sanctum, and I'm going to. There we go. And let's. All right. Okay, everybody. I think we're good here. We're going to be... Oh, the picture-in-picture disappeared. Let's add that one back in. We don't want that one in. We're going to add that in. And then we're going to subtract. Sorry, this is what happens when you do some of the things on the fly. There we go. Alrighty, we're actually going to move that over here. All right, everybody. We're playing Sanctum. And let's pop that light there. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Alrighty. We're going to be playing Sanctum here. And we're going to be doing it one player. And the sound is very low. Well, I will do my best to increase the sound and put the microphone closer to me. Hopefully that will make the sound better. Let me know. Okay, so we're going to be running a contest right now for 3 copies of Sanctum. To enter this contest, all you have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com. And in the subject line, just put the word Sanctum. That's SANCTUM. In the description, put your name and your address. This is for North America, this contest. And we will announce the winners on our website tomorrow, dicetower.com. Now, if you win this contest, you will also get a set of these game tray holders. You can see I'm using them for the game itself now. And there you have it. So, Sanctum. Now, what's going to happen here is I'm going to be showing you the solo playthrough of Sanctum. The rules here, which I just got, just a couple pages, they mostly have a few minor changes, and I'll be talking about that. It's been a bit since I played Sanctum, so I'm going to be kind of relearning it as I play it. I have it set up here with my favorite character, the Archer, and we're going to be walking through it, but I saw Tony from CGE Games in the comments, so if I make a mistake, I'm sure they will tell me. In Sanctum, I'm going to be moving my person down this path. You move through multiple boards. In this solo game, I believe I will be going through only 3 boards before I fight the big, bad, final boss. And so I have this character here, and she has Sharpshooter Surge, Rain of Arrows. She has all these special things, but I don't have any of them yet. Essentially, I'm starting with 2 dice. I have some tokens here. I have 1 random potion. I got a health potion to start the game off. No special abilities. And I'm going to go out and fight some easy monsters, and we're just going to figure that out as the game goes by. So let's just double check, because we were doing all this. So we have stamina. She has 2 stamina, and we have focus. She has 3 focus. She has a bunch of tokens and things over here, and looks like we got everything set up. So we are playing on the normal difficulty. You can set this up. This deck here, the number of cards in this deck is going to determine the difficulty. And in the solo mode, you can play Leisure, Steady, Hectic, or Rush. And honestly, I certainly considered playing Leisure, but I'm just going to play Steady. All right, so in this game, I'm going to, that's pretty much the main changes for the setup for the solo rules. And so this, you get a random potion to start with. That's one of the changes here. And that's it, other than resting and killed demons, and we'll talk about a little bit of that, and looting a chest. But none of those come into effect quite yet. All right, so I'll put those over here. Bring the regular rules back here. Got my game guide here. Shuffled everything. Have all the pieces ready to go. And we'll get started. Tony says in comments, he works with CGE, that they'll be putting out a prettier version soon, likely next week. And so you'll be able to download these and play this game on your own. There's not a ton of interaction between the players, although there is some when you play the normal game, because they always kill the monsters that I was planning to kill. So your first action of the game has to be a move. I'm going to move on the board, and this says I'm going to put out 5 pairs of single monsters, of these simple monsters here. So I'm going to put them out over here. I got this skeleton and demon, and I'm also going to have a skeleton and a skeleton. And there's going to be numbers that you need to get these. So I'm going to try to pick a pair that I'm going to fight against that has 2 different numbers, like this demon and this skeleton. I'm not going to pick them because they both have 3s, but I'm going to do that. So I move and put them out there. So when you move, the first thing you do is we advance, and you'll reveal demons. Now here we put out 5 pairs of demons. After this, each time I advance, I'm just going to put out a pair of demons, pair of demons, pair of demons, and then a medium demon all the way up. And you can see that the number of demons, including big giant demons, is going to increase as I jump to board 3. This is board 1, board 3. Technically, you put them next to each other, one big line, but for purposes of everything fitting here in the video screen, I'm doing that. Really tiny cards, or Tom has really big hands. Well, it's probably, they're not that tiny. It's probably my hands. But the benefit of having hands like this is you can play the piano. Hooray. So I moved. I advanced. So you can see here, it shows you what to do when you move. Advance, which I did. Okay. When you play multiplayer, you will jump ahead of the next person. But in the solo game, I'm the only person. Then we will reveal demons, which I just did. Then you will take a pair of demons, or a group of demons. So these are all split into groups. So I'm going to do 3 and 5, and I'm going to explain a little bit about why I do that when I fight them, but I'm going to put these pair of demons. So these demons are on my trail here. They're coming after me. I'm going to have to fight them at some point in time. And then is there a treasure chest? At the last space of the board, we do a treasure chest, and some things will happen when we get to the treasure chest. That's it. That's one of the 3 things you can do in your turn. You can move, fight, or rest. And so at this point in time, and I guess I should, let me throw this up here for people who are just jumping in. That's a little big there, but we can make it smaller. There you go. Now you know what game we're playing. All right. So now that's a move. So move's pretty simple. Now I'm going to show you a fight. I think I can fight these monsters, but I might take some wounds and things. You can see I have 10 wounds here. I probably won't die before I get to the final boss. If you do, you're just not that good of a player. So your first fight, you're not going to use potions in your first fight. Well, I could, but no, I wouldn't. So I'm going to roll some dice. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to match the numbers on these demons to beat them. A 5 and a 3. Now, if I'm really lucky, I'm going to roll a 5 and a 3 right here, right now. All right, I got a 3 and a 1. I'm not actually thrilled about that because this is, so you think, well, that just seems lucky. But it's not just luck. There's manipulation that could be done. So I could use one of my focus tokens to go here to add or subtract 2 from one of these. So I could turn that 3 into a 5 to kill the 5. But the 1, I don't have anything that can do that to a 1. I could put this one here, a plus or minus 1. And then that would change the 1 to a 2. But that's not enough. And I don't have any other special abilities. So I'm not going to use any of my focus. I'm just going to kill this demon here. This demon I'm not going to kill. So they're going to hit me for a hit point. However, I can block that. And that's what the red tokens are used for here. I could put 1 here to block 1 damage. I could put 2 here to block 2 damage. Or this is purple. You can put blue or red tokens in the purple spot to block damage. But I'll just block the 1 damage. I don't see any reason why I should take damage from this creature straight out here. So I have defeated this monster. So let's go there. Before the roll, you can always use a potion. To use a potion, you can remove these and put them back, which will give you a chance to use them again and or the abilities. So I roll the things. I attack. You can also use your rage to turn any die into what exactly you want. I don't feel like using my rage quite yet, so I'm not going to. And then block. I just did the block and then gain levels and items. So I'm going to gain levels equal to each demon that I killed. So this will show the levels that I gained. So in this demon here, I'm going to be able to move a red gem. Now this is important because I'm going to be able to move red gems up and down. So this is kind of a unique thing about this game. You have all these cards here. All these cards are ways that I can upgrade my spots. And I'll be able to take these cards and put them on specific spots here on the board. Sometimes they give you more tokens to add to your different pools that you have. There's a lot of different things. To get these added, you need to remove all the tokens from it. So I get to move 1 red token 1 space up. So there's a couple options. I could start moving them off this bottom card to get this better card down here. But if I do that, then there's more tokens on this card to move off of that to get it later on. I can move them off the top thing, which seems like a pretty obvious thing. I think what I'm going to do in this case is, since I did red and white is wild, I'm going to move this white one up 1. Because this sharpshooter ability is pretty cool. But not only that, we have these tokens here. Once these tokens get up here, I'll be able to use those to equip items. So let me quick check here. It says for each killed demon, I can choose to gain levels or flip the cards and gain the respective item. So this is a different thing for the solo game. I'm assuming, and Tony, you can correct me in here, I'm assuming if you gain that item, you don't get it for free. If you do get it for free, then I might flip it just to get an item. But I don't think so. I think you would still have to pay for it. But Tony, you can correct me because it doesn't say so exactly here. So I killed this demon here. Meanwhile, I did not kill the green one here. If I, Tony, another question for you with these rules is, if I kill the demon, if I get the levels, do I flip the... So here, you gain the level, you defeat the demon, then you flip it over, it's an item. So do I discard the card then? Big difference with new soul rules. You choose either to gain levels or flip the demon card to gain the loot. So since I gained the levels, I'm chucking the card. Is that the case? And I'm just going to assume so for now, but Tony will help me out here. Alrighty, so I've moved and I've attacked. These demons will not bother you until you attack. The problem is, if you don't attack, you have resting and or keep moving and add more demons to your thing. So that's tough. The good news is, as soon as you gain an item, let's talk about rest here. So rest is the third action that I did not do. When you rest, you get all your stamina focus tokens back. If you have items over here, and The items are on the other side of the card, and I'll show you those in a bit. Tony says correct. Okay, so I'm going to chuck this one out of the game, but I'm going to show you what item it could have been. So this would have been a Gladius, which I should have kept. I should have picked the item because, oh man, that's so awesome. So what would have happened here is I would have equipped this in one of my hands. I would have definitely equipped it over here. To equip it something, you need to have a gem that matches it, or a white gem, which is wild. This has 2 spots. I now could subtract 2 or add 1. And you can see this one's purple, so I could have put a red or a blue gem there. So these items, you can equip that. So when you rest, you can equip items as long as you have the gems for them here. When you equip your first item, you will get a 3rd die, which is another reason I probably should have done that. To that end, after my next fight, I am going to equip some items just so I get the extra dice. You can also buy potions, and then you'll check to see if you've done any achievements over here, which is have a certain number of cards, certain number of gems. I'm not even close. When I rest, I'll count the number of skills that I've gained so far, and then I'm going to draw cards from this deck. Remember I told you this deck is here. It's based on how difficult the game is. I can pull these. Oh, someone just asked a good question. They said, do you get to see the item before you make your choice? Well, here's the deal. The solo rules say it's more thematic to decide before you see the item. But if you like more control over the game, you can look and decide after. So I'm going to just play I can't see it. That does make the game a little harder for me, but it gives me a more chance to go, arg. So when I rest, I will draw this many cards off this deck. If they're Fury cards, they go away. Otherwise, that's the first 12 cards. After that, I just start putting these cards aside for the end of the game. Any other things happen when I'm resting? Nope. Alrighty, I guess I'm going to do another move, which means I had another pair here. And now I need to take a pair. And I don't want any 5s because I already have a 5. So I think I'll take the 1 and the 3 and put them in front of me here. All right, then I'm going to fight again. And I can't kill everything, but hopefully I can kill 2 of them. It's going to be kind of unfortunate if I can't. A 1 and a 2. So I got the 1, and I'm going to use a blue focus to turn this 2 into a 3. This one's going to hit me. I would have to use 2 things to block it. I could use these 2 blues to block it. And you know what? I am going to do that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I plan to rest next turn to equip the item I'm about to take. So now I killed 2 of these creatures. And I could upgrade a red and a green gem. I'm going to upgrade this green gem here. But the red one, I'm going to take the item. I hope it's a good one. Mammoth hide boots. Well, these aren't that great, actually. But they give me another defensive thing. I don't like those boots much at all. Again, it's level 1 equipment. What was the one I didn't take? An emerald wristband. It would give me another one of these. Okay, well, here's what it is. I wish I'd taken that sword. Alrighty. Well, so be it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to rest. So let's go through the rest to make sure we're doing the rest properly here according to the rules. When resting, count the number of skills you've gained so far. I got 0, but I'm going to draw at least 1 of these cards, so 1 of those goes away. And that's what I do on resting. Okay, so over here, then I'm going to restore, so I get all these back. Then I'm going to equip items. I'm going to put these boots on. These boots cost 1 red gem. So I'm going to put this white gem there. So I have that, which gives me a 3rd die. And I have 3 dice, which is good. That's going to give me more chances to attack. I almost have the sharpshooter ability. I just need to get 1 green gem off it. So you know I'm probably going to be killing this green creature in front of me if I can, just to get that off so I can use sharpshooter. Alrighty. Let's see here. Well, I'm done resting. Buy potions. I don't want to buy potions at this point. And check achievements. I'm not even close to getting an achievement. All right. All right, well, we'll move again. So we move. Add another pair of level 1s here. I'm going to move this green one up, but I'm going to try to move the reds and blues off. This only has one blue, so I really should be doing a blue. So let's take this 1 and 4 up here. And now I'm going to fight. But now I got 3 dice. Mammoth hide boots. I got a lot of defense, frankly, but a 1, a 2, and a 5. So the 1 is here, the 5 is here, and I'll upgrade this 2 to a 4 to kill this also. I've killed all 3. This feels great. In this particular circumstance, I'm going to move the green up 1, the blue up 1, and the red one I'm going to take as a piece of equipment, which I can buy later on. Soldiers, Van Brace, which will give me another one of these for this pool. Oh no, I got rid of the hat! I love hats. Okay, so now I got some special abilities. I have the sharpshooter, which I'm going to stick over here in its spot. This says before the roll, I can set 1 die to any number instead of rolling it. That's awesome. All right. And I also have Surge. Surge says red gems can be used as stamina and blue gems can be used as focus. That's pretty awesome. I can switch these back and forth. Now, the only problem is since I took 2 level 1s like that, I'm going to have to move these up twice. Just because these are missing doesn't mean I can skip them. Alrighty. But I'm still feeling much better now. I've also cleared out all my enemies. I'm going to go here, add another pair of single 1s. And I'm going to take, I need to get some red monsters at this point. So I'm going to take this 4 and the 6 here. Now this plus or minus 2, you notice I've used that. So I need to get that off somehow. For that, a potion would have been useful, actually. And I'm thinking about moving again because why not use... Well, this is a little weird. This is different than the other game because in the other game, sometimes you would, when you're playing multiple people, you move faster just to get more monsters and you don't want to waste turns. I guess I'll just roll. I'll fight these guys with 2. I got 3 dice, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. 3, 3, 6. Perfect. 6 for that. I'll spend 1 focus to change a 3 to a 4. And now I've killed 2 more monsters. So for the red one, I'm going to move this token up 1. And the green one, I'm going to change it into an item. Traveling boots. These are considerably, I think, better than the mammoth hide boots. All right, I'll move forward, and we bring out a medium monster. Interesting. I want to fight that medium monster. I'm going to take these 2 instead, though. And the reason I'm not taking the medium monster is because of how it moves stuff. Like, it could be a really good piece of equipment on the other side. By the way, you will get more dice in the game. You get another one when you get to this spot here, which is good because the monsters get bigger and worse. I think I might rest before I fight these 2. Well, I could just fight these 2, then rest. But I need 2 2s to beat these both. And I have no way to manipulate dice. But I do have defense to defend me. So I think blocking them is not a horrific idea. I mean, fighting them is not a terrible idea. 6, 6, 3. Well, there's that. There's this rage token, which I have the ability to... Oh, this says before I can set 1 die to any number instead of rolling it. I'm going to say that I did that. It doesn't matter. I would have picked A2, and then I would have rolled. I'll still keep all the bad rolls, but I would have hit this red one here. But I want to see if how the rage token works. So let's find that rage token. I know that you can use the rage token when you're attacking. When inside your rage is active, you can use it to set any die to a value of its choice. At the end of chapter, there's any still demons left to kill, and you have dice you did not assign, you become enraged. Okay, right. So if you have a die that you did not use and you could have, and there was nothing to kill with it, then you get enraged again. So there's no reason for me not to use this to change this one to a 2 and kill both of them. So I've killed both. So that's a red and a green. So I'm going to use the red to go here. And I'm going to take the green as an item. A jade wristband. I probably should have. Okay, I have lots of gems. So now we're going to rest. So when we rest, the first thing we do is we see how many of these skills I have, which is 2 of them. And I'm going to take 2 cards off the deck here. Throw them aside. Then I'm going to recover all these. Then I can equip stuff. I think I'm going to equip these traveling boots. I think they're better. I'm not going to build the mammoth boots again. I'm going to equip this jade wristband. Where does that go? Here. And that gives me another focus. Not that I have any place to put focus. And the soldier's vambrace. Oh, I can only equip one of those 2. Yeah, forget the jade wristband. We're going to do the soldier's vambrace and add another one of these to my thing. Alrighty. Huh. I gotta be careful, but I think I'm doing okay. Oh, and I have this one. I forgot. I got this one. This is just a tile. That gives me another one of these focus. I'll just turn that over. I can buy potions too. So now that I'm resting here, I might buy potions. For each item discarded, gain a potion. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to discard both of these items here, and I'm going to draw 2 focus potions. There you go. Alrighty, not too bad, not too bad. So now we're going to move again. We're going to move, bring out another double 1, and I'm going to take this 2/5 sucker. I still only have 3 dice. Yep, I'm just going to keep fighting. Oh, before I fight, I can set 1 die to any number I want. I'm going to set it to a 2. All right, got the other one. A 1 and a 5, boom, got him. Now here I can move 2 reds up. Now I'm going to take the creature. I'm going to take the item. Steel Guard Armor. So I can block 1, red can block 1 with that, and 2 reds can block 4 hits. So that's pretty rocking. See, the thing here is this perfect fit. If I take this perfect fit, I can equip level 1 items without using any gems. I don't know if I care about level 1 items without gems. This infinite quiver is pretty awesome. Because I'll be able to regen. I lose a potion slot. Not that I care. But before I roll, I can regenerate a focus. So, yeah, we'll worry about that in the future. Let's move up here. Another big one comes out. That's a double green. We'll take him. And let's fight him. Oh. Not counting those, even though I got the roll I needed. I need to do the sharpshooter first. So I'm going to pick the 5. I would have picked the 5 because the 4 is more in the middle and I can focus more towards it. I got a 4. All right, I'm going to put the dice down here in sharpshooter so I remember that. Alrighty, so I killed this thing. Now in this case, instead of taking the piece of equipment, I'm simply going to move these 2 green gems up here. Now I don't have use of those gems yet, but I did free this up, which gives me another 1 and 1 in my pool here. It seems that the armor may be slightly overpowered. Oh no, you haven't seen the main bad guy for this game. You don't have overpowered stuff. I do wonder, I don't need to take a rest here, so I won't. So I'm going to go here and add another monster to the board here. And so when we move and we get to the treasure chest, that's going to change some things here. So let's take a look at that. So first, move. Done that. I took the demon. When you move here, you discover the chest at the end of your turn. So we're going to get to that in a second. All right. So we'll do that after my turn is over at this point. So at the end of a turn, if there's a treasure chest, all these monsters that are left on the board, and don't worry, we're going to add more piles of monsters in a second, all these turn into treasure that I'll be able to pick from and utilize. Here it says, after looting a chest, I'm going to get rid of all the tiles in the first row. Fortunately, I don't have any, so I'm okay. I got them all out. It looks like the solo game pushes you to do them in order more so because of that. Anyhow, so once we do that, beginning with you and continuing the current, okay, just me, choose one to put in your item stack. You take one item. Well, the Eyes of the Oracle let me change a die to a 6. And block 2. Iron Stride Boots let me block 3. I don't want the boots. I do like the saber. And the Bard Slippers. Man, that's another pair of shoes. Now I'm going to take Eyes of the Oracle. The Eyes of the Oracle. Then the rest go away. All right, I'm going to fight this chap here. I do remember now I can set one die to anything I want. I'll set it to a 5. Let's kill him. A 5 and a 2. All righty, well, I will reduce the 5 to a 4. And I got him. Now I can move 2 greens up. That would give me these tokens. Or I can get Force of Nature. Force of Nature, you can move green gems from your gem pool to this card to gain 1 armor for each. I don't know. Or I could move this Perfect Fit up, or this Infinite Quiver. Or I could take it as a piece of equipment. I'm going to do that. Come on, be something good. Spring Warden's Bracelet gives me a red and a blue. Man, this is bugging me because I have a lot of focus. There's just not a lot of things to use to focus on. I should be taking things that let me do more focus. All right. Well, that's that. To the board 3. So now this one, I believe, switches to board 4, not for 2 players. So board 5. Oh, did I rest there? No, I did not rest. After Act 3, after Act 5. Am I on the wrong side here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 is on the other. No. Is it on the other side of this one? No, it's 6. Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to bring out 5 pairs now, and these are a pair of a small and a medium. So you can see things are going to get tougher here. All right. The tiles that removed are the achievement tiles from the board. You gain the blessings. Oh, remove achievement tiles I haven't gotten yet. I see. So the first levels are gone. I'm actually not sure. Tony, I didn't understand the rules here. It said when setting these up, I must have missed this. It said when I was setting up the achievement board, it said deal. It said here, set achievement board as in a 3-player game, but do not use the higher level masteries. You will only need 9 achievement tiles. I don't know what the higher level masteries are. I'm assuming that's these over here, maybe. I should have got some of those masteries, actually, when I rested, because I have 3 things done here, and I have 2 and 2 of a gem and 4. But we'll worry about that later. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to go back and redo that. Okay, so I just did move, and I'm going to need to take a pair of creatures, and I really wish I could look at the other side of these, because I really would like a piece of armor or sword or something that, well, it does show me on the card what's on the other side. So I'm going to take this pair because it's a pair of swords, and I really need some weapons. 1, 2, 3. And I can set 1 to its side, so I'm going to hit the 1. Of course. But I can do this to add 2 to this die, making it a 3. So I'm going to kill the big one here. I have a die that I cannot use, so my rage is going to come back. And then I need to block that hit from this one, so I will use my traveling boots for that. So I killed the big one here, and this one's a weapon. Please be, yeah. All right, this is a great weapon, the Stinger. This one here, I can change 2 dice to a 6. I think that's 2 dice to a 6, or that might be a reroll on my, I need to look at that symbol means. No, set 1 die to a 6. I can change 2 dice to 6s, and then I can subtract any number I want from a die, which is awesome. So I'm going to get that built. I wonder if I should rest right now because of that. I think I will. So I'm going to rest, which makes me lose 4 cards from this pile. I'm going to get this Stinger. I'm going to take all these tokens back. I'm going to get this Stinger into play. That requires 2 green gems. I would like to get this armor in play. It requires 2 red gems. The Eyes of the Oracle cost 2 blue. And the Spring Warden's Bracelet costs 2 green. I don't know, folks. I forgot I have these potions. I don't want potions. I'm just going to hang on to these for now. All right, I'm going to move forward, and this will add one of these mega monsters here. That guy hits for 5, but he has a 4, 5, and 6, and I can definitely get to a 6. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to take this chap, and we're going to fight right now. Before I start, I'm going to set 1. Oh, it's a 5, 5, 6, not a 4, 5, 6. I'm going to set 1 on a 5 and roll the other 2. All right, I got a 6, but I'm going to spend 1 on this to subtract 1 from the 6 and turn it into a 5. And I'm going to spend 1 here to change this to a 6. Then this guy hits me, but I'll spend 1 here in my boots to block it. So I've killed this blue one. That would let me move 3 blues up, and I get my rain of arrows. I can pay 1 focus to gain an extra die for this fight. Actually, this should have a die on it. So I can pay 1 focus every turn to do that. You know what? That's pretty good. So we're going to move all 3 of these off to get this. So I now have an extra die that I can spend from the rain of arrows. We'll put that here. So that die, actually I should get a silver die so we don't get them confused. So I have an extra die that I'm going to be able to use in fights. I like that a lot. And if I get these up here, I'll be able to stick this Eyes of the Oracle helmet on. It's not as fancy as some of the hats I've seen. All right, Divine Intervention. Yeah, so we're going to move here, which will add another big beast here. And I get another die. I now have 4 dice. This is good. And I am going to take this big creature again. Oh, maybe not. You know what? No. I'm going to take... this pair here. No, I'm not. I'm going to take this pair here. No, I'm not. I'm going to take this pair here. All right. Now we're going to fight. I got 4 dice. So this is good. This is good. This is good. Feeling good. I'm going to... Before the battle, I can use a potion. I think I am. I'm going to use this potion to remove that one. Then I can set a die to anything I want. So I'm going to set a die to a 5 here. Then I'm going to roll the other 3 dice here. 2, 2, 3. Good. So I'm going to put the 2 here. Then I'm going to spend 2 focuses to turn both of these to 6s, which kills everything. Alrighty, so now I can give myself more focus, but I don't want to. I want to actually get some stuff equipped. So the 2 green monster. Oh, it's a weapon. No. No. I'm not. I'm going to move these 2 greens up. The blue, I'm going to move one of these whites up here. I could get more focus down here, though. Now I'm going to move a white up here, and I'm going to move a red up with it also. No, I'm not going to move the red up. I'm going to turn this over and see if it's good. A war axe. Oh, great. Great. That's a +2 and a +3, and I can use the red ones for it. All right. I got to get that done. I should rest. I will rest. Okay, so when I rest, I lose more cards. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things out now. Woo! Tony says, man, Tom is so strong. He has all the abilities, and look at that armor. It's like nothing can stop him. Also, Tom has played this game before, so all right. Anyhow, we're going to equip that. Oh, I can't equip that helmet because I don't have enough stuff out. Yeah, then I would, knowing I was going to rest, this is what you can do in a solo game, I would have moved this up here, which then lets me equip both of those. I would love to equip that axe, but I can't. But I can equip this helmet. And I can equip, I can equip the axe because I'm going to unequip the vambrace to put this out and then put this war axe here. All right, I'm feeling really good now. So I should have an extra. I start with 2 reds, and then I have an extra 1 from this. So I should have 3. Where'd the other 2 come from? Oh, yeah, 4, 5. So I should have 5 reds. For blues, I should have 1, 2, 3, plus 1 from this, plus 1 from this. All right. I could also get rid of this Soldier's Vambrace for a potion, which I'll do. I'll take another focus potion. I'm not going to be using that in the future. All righty, here we go. Moving. Another big one comes out. Unfortunately, both big ones are greens, and I don't necessarily need to move greens up. I need to move reds and or blues. Greens would let me move those 3, though. All right, I'll fight this big green one here, this 3-3-6. Let's fight it. So before we start the battle, I'm going to set a 3 on here. I can always pay a focus to gain an extra die for the fight. I don't think I need it for this fight. That's before the roll. 3, 5, 6. Well, there you go. I don't need to use anything. I just got them. 3 greens. I'm going to move these 2 whites up here like that. And I'm going to move this off the Force of Nature. I can move greens from my gem pool to this card to gain 1 shield for each. Of course, I don't really have a lot of green gems in my pool. So is that worth it? I'm going to go off the Infinite Quiver instead. All right, but I killed him. What would he have been? Shackles of the Wolf. Yeah, that's not bad, but I'm not upset that I didn't build that. All right, moving on. Bring out another big baddie. A red. Definitely. Taking that red. I don't care who he is. So we're about to fight. Once again, set any die I want. I'm going to set it on the 1. I'm going to roll the other 3 dice. And I got the 6. And this 2 can become a 1. 1, Well, not easily, actually. Oh, that's not as... Hang on. I guess I'm going to have to do this. Subtract enough from that 6 to turn it into a 3. And then do this to change one of these to a 6. All right, I got it, but had to use a lot to get that. This, I'm going to spend to move 3 red gems up. So I got these 2 whites up here. No, 1 white up here. And these 2 reds onto this card. I now have the infinite quiver. Immediately lose potion slot. Don't care. Before the roll, I can regenerate 1 focus on a blue ability space. That is awesome. That is really good. That means every time I go, I can move 1 off. So that minus $1 will always work for me. Always. All right, that's great. All right, so I move on here. I'm going to add another small pair, a small and a medium. And then I got to take a group here. I'm still wanting to move stuff up. Having the extra focus is not a bad thing, but having, yeah, the extra focus, of course I got to move these up. So blue. Yeah, let's do blue-green. And as always, I'm going to fight right away. By the way, for all those of you watching, I know that today is a holiday and that many of you have many other things you could possibly be doing, and I appreciate you taking time to do this. And I also want to do a shout out to CG for providing the rules for this, and this game is a lot of fun. And I really got to get my daughter to paint this. Folks, you would not believe, I'm going to have to take a video. My daughter, Holly, her painting skills are, she's just started painting a month ago, and they are so amazing at this point in time. I'm going to have her paint the miniatures for this game because she's just so good at painting. It thrills me. And she likes doing it too, so that's good. And also I pay her, so it's a win-win for her mostly. But for me, I get some nice painted miniatures without actually having to do it. She's painting a Munchkin Dungeon right now, and just, oh, so good. All right, anywho, I took the monster and everything, so now the treasure chest thing happens. So we flip all these over. And I'm going to be able to take one of them. Oh, the claws of the beast is nice. Dragon skin armor. I'm trying to look for something that would replace what I have. The Marauder's hat. I don't know. None of these are like fantastic. The Mystic's tunic. None of these are really that great. The dragon skin armor is the best thing here, but that costs 3 green. I don't know that I could get that on. Well, I'm going to take Claws of the Beast, because that may actually come into play. And if not, I'll just track it later. Hey, where'd that card go that I could put stuff on? Oh, I never took it. Force of Nature. I put it back. Okay. Happy belated Canada Day? Yes, I said that when that happened. This game isn't exciting to watch, but it looks like it. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'll make more. I get it, right? A lot of games aren't necessarily always exciting to watch, but hopefully you get an idea how this plays. I really like this game because I really like this part here. It's so much fun. These characters are so different. So what's really cool about this game is each of these characters, you know, they all come with their own board and everything, but they all come with their very specific set of cards. And so, for example, that blue mystic I just showed you, here's all, I have them all separated in the bags here. She has cloak armor, and she can use a focus token on this ability, can be used to pay for a different blue space. That's cool. She has martial arts where +1, -1, she just sticks that on her. It replaces her weapon slot, so she doesn't need to get a weapon. She can just use that. Or here, once per attack, set one of your dice to the same number as any other dice. Or here, your blue ability spaces can hold 2 focus, so they can be used twice. That's awesome. So it's really neat to have these different things here. Okay, so back to where we're at. We did the treasure chest thing, and the rules for that are also remove any achievements I haven't gotten yet. I forgot about achievements. I'm going to claim any ones that I would have gotten. I would have gotten this one here. And I would have gotten 3 and 3. I would have gotten this one too, but this one goes away. All right, fine. So I got a couple achievement tiles. I would have got them when I rested. All right, so I'm not moving yet. I'm still going to fight these guys here. They don't seem too hard to fight, frankly. I'm going to whoop on them. And I still haven't used this rain of arrows yet. So, oh, and did I rest yet? No. So these are there. So before I fight, I can always take one of these off. So I'm going to put a 4 on this gentleman here and roll some dice. 3, 3, 6. Oh, it's not that great. I need a 1 and a 4 out of this somehow. I'll put this here, change the 6 to a 4. And put a red one here and change the 3 to a 1. So I've killed them both. That gives me a green and 2 blues. The 2 blues are moving up here. That lets me play that Claws of the Beast. And I'm actually going to put this one up here also, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to get Force of Nature into play. And then I'm going to... And then I'm going to rest. Which makes me lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Well, these don't get lost. They get put over here. And then those go here. This goes here. This goes here. I don't think... Where did that Claws of the Beast go? Do I want to do that? It's a -1, +1, +1. That seems better than this War Axe, though. So I'm going to equip that. Why did I cut my fingernails? Okay. So that requires 2 blues. I'm just going to do that. So I have a green one to throw on that if I need to. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh, and I killed these 2 guys. Alrighty. So, Act 5. So we're going to Act 5 here. So let's talk about Act 5. Act 5 is going to be a little bit different. Fight, skills, rest. Act 5. Oh, I just rested again. Did I get another achievement? Do I have 7 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do. Do I have 4 and 4 gems? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. And do I have 10? I do. Oh, do I have 10 on weapons? I do. Okay. Alrighty. The first player to move on 5 deals out 5 pairs of demons as indicated. Here we go. These are medium, large demons. Alrighty. So then when we get there, there's a 5 intervention tile that should have been on the board, and we all get another die. So, okay, fine. I just got another die. I should have put a die there, but okay. When you move on there, place a figure in a matching space. You've arrived at the walls of Sanctum. You can move no farther. You can rest or fight, trying to defeat all their demons. If you start your turn with no demons, you may breach the walls. Alrighty. And then we will prepare to fight the Demon Lord. This will be different than the... Alright. Well, I'm almost ready to fight the Demon Lord as is, I think, because there's not a whole lot more I can get at this point in time. I should have moved my boots up. I always have this. I don't have one of these. Oh, Force of Nature. That's what goes there. There you go. I got everything filled. Getting some more green gems up wouldn't be bad. So we're gonna fight these 2 guys. We moved there. We gotta take one anyway. So we're gonna move here, and 5. I think we got this. I hope. So I'm going to put 1 out here as a 1. Here we go. Come on. 6, 5, 1, 2. All right, so there's my 1. There's my 5. Here's my 6. Two. I can't get 2 to a 4, but I can spend this one to change the 6 to a 4. And then spend this one to change the 2 to a 6. So I got both of these guys. And here we're going to move green tokens. So let me see. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good because I'll be able to use those for force of nature. I have no demons. I could take more demons and fight more, but instead we're just going to go to the final battle, mostly so you can see how it works. I don't want to rest again anyway. All right, so this is different than the standard game. Preparing for battle with the Demon Lord. Shuffle my Enrage deck and count the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty, so we're going to deal 2 cards on the Cathedral. All right, I need to look at the rules here. The Demon Lord appears. Call to arms. A brief respite. The Demon Lords. Everyone has their final rest action. You're not allowed to gain new achievements during this rest. Oh, we have to do a rest. Okay. So I'm assuming, Tony, you can let me know. But in this rest, do I add more cards to this deck? I'm assuming so. So I'm going to have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in here. Great. Well, whatever. It is what it is. These will go up here. Potion doesn't matter. I could re-equip stuff. I feel pretty happy with where I'm at. All right. So here we go. I'm going to shuffle these. Flip over the 6 board. Got it. Oh no! The Demon Lord is here! Yeah, because technically, so the way it works is, just so you know, folks, it would actually be placed in front there. So through the Cathedral, you get to the Demon Lord. Got it. So I'm going to put 2 cards here. And then build the pyramid for the Demon Lord Roars phase right away. So where's this pyramid here? Deal 2 Demon Lord cards in a row at the bottom of the Act 6 board. You have to forgive me. This the final battle is a little bit different, and I'm jumping back from solo to this. From the rest deck, build the whole pyramid. Build it for normal difficulty. A 2-card row. All right. So it looks like this, I think. Oh, no. Just, I guess, I'm not going to look at him yet. I didn't see him. I put those 2 there, and I think I put this here on his face. Am I right, Tony? So I have these 2 cards here, these 2 here, and the rest of the pile there. Let me know if I'm correct on that, and I'll get started. Wait, this says the difficulty here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It says I'm in Inferno difficulty. So I probably should have rested 1 less time. Because then I would only be in hard difficulty. Yeesh. All right. Yeesh. Yeah, I'm actually a little, I apologize, I'm a little confused as to Inferno. Wow, this is a little confusing. Yes, but you're building the whole pyramid out this time. Oh, man. So, I don't understand by pyramid. Do you mean I put just like this? I'm a little confused. There's no picture in the rules, so that's why. Deal 2 cards in the cathedral to deck. From rest of the deck, build the whole quote-unquote pyramid. Right away, build the pyramid according to normal difficulty. If you have excess cards, continue adding cards to the pyramid from bottom to top, 1 card per row. So is it like... like that? So like this is technically on top of that? I'm super confused. I apologize. Jumping back and forth from rules to rules. So take the cards deck and place them bottom to top, 1 card per row. Well, that is what I did. All right. Fine. All righty. Blah, 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 blah. All right, Act 5. Back to where we were. The walls of Sanctum. We did that. Call to arms. We can discard all. We enter the city. I'm doing that, obviously. You advance to the cathedral. Each time you add a new demon lord to the board below the cathedral as shown. So I'm turning over both of these cards. Right. So I'm turning over these cards, and whatever happens to these happens to me. All right. So corrupt a non-weapon ability space. No problem. I'll do this change to a 6. And heal 1 wound. I have no wounds, but lose 2 focus or stamina. Fine. I'll lose 1 of each. I'm going to die. So I did those. All right, here we go. The final battle. Bum, 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 bum. You think I would have the battle board ready, but I don't. I'm just making the battle board above here. All right. Shuffle the deck of Fury cards. The final battle. No, I'm not doing the final battle. All right. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little confused here. Jumping back and forth from Act 5 to Act 6. So, after the last rest, prepare for the battle. This is different than the standard game. Great. I did that. I built the whole pyramid for the Demon Roars. This is how many cards I need to play. Difficulty of the final battle. I'm playing on Inferno level. Continue playing in Act 5. And set up your battle board as usual. For the Demon Lord cards, use 5 of the ones that weren't part of your Enraged deck. Got it. All right, so here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I can put this here, and he goes on top of that. And we're going to put some of these cards in between them, the Fury cards. All right. The battle board. All right. Says, good luck, you will need it. If you survive, you win. Well, I won't, but it will be fun to try. All right, here we go. Each round is like a normal fight action. You can use blessings. Their effects are on 2. So I have 4 of these blessings. I have a shield. I have a plus or minus 3. I have another shield, and I have a plus or minus 1. I have to defeat the cards in order, so I can only hit the cards that I'm on. Then I move to the next card. If I move on a Fury card, I flip it over, do what it says immediately. And I can use potions at the start of any fight. Blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, he's going to be hitting me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, he's not going to hit me for 10 because I'm going to beat him. I'm also going to pay a focus here. I don't know where that goes. And I'm taking an extra die for the first fight. So fight 1. Here we go. 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 2. All right, not too bad here. I got a 6 and a 4. A 6 and a 5. Okay, actually, I can do that. Hang on. And I move here. Reroll all 2s if you have any. Or lose a hit point. Haha, I rolled a 2. And then I'll put that one there by spending a focus to get a 2 there. And then a 5 and a 6. That's how you do that. Alrighty. Dice that cannot be assigned as hits will activate your rage, but I already have my rage go. After you block. Okay, so now the demon hits me for 6. Woo! However, I can block 4 of those right here. 1, 4. 5, 6. I blocked everything from the demon. Nice. Now the demon lord roars. And we're going to resolve these cards against me. The first one here. Lose 1 stamina or a hit point. Taking a hit point. Not losing the stamina. Corrupt 1 ability space or lose a hit point. I'll corrupt one of these down here. I don't care. Never going to use that one anyway. Alrighty. So now we're going to keep fighting. I've beaten all those. Oh, I'm going to have to go there. Oh, what can I do about that? 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm going to re-roll the whole thing because I get the infinite quiver. So I can regenerate a focus. So I'll regenerate that. And I can set 1 die to anything I want. So I'm obviously going to set 1 to a 2. All right, here we go. 1, 1, 3, 5, 6. So first I move here to this card. Shriek. Only modified dice may be placed on this card this fight. I have to modify them. Alrighty. So I'll do a +1 to turn this to a 2. And a +1 to turn this to a 4. Then I move here. I need a 2 and a 3, which I don't have. I can spend a focus here to subtract anything I want to turn this 6 to a 2, and then I will spend this red one here where did I don't even know what I was thinking. Nope, I can't do that. So that's that. So now I get hit. 6. And I will block 1 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now Demon roars again. Roar! Lose 1 stamina or 1 focus. I don't have any stamina or focus. So, I guess I'll just whatever. Alright. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to set a 2. Oh, I set that 2 aside. I'm sorry. I did beat that card. I'm here. Because I had set the 2 aside earlier. And then I would have changed the 1 to a 3. Okay. Well, not like this is going to help me win. Maybe. I might win. I doubt it. Oh, and I can set whenever. I keep rolling without looking. I'm going to set another one to a 2. And I have enraged, so I'm going to beat the next card. I'm just going to re-roll that because that looked like I was cheating. So a 2 and a 4. A 2. I'm enraging to turn this to a 4. Also, I was able to bring back a focus at the beginning of my turn, just in case. So I beat that. Go here. Growl. Re-roll all 5s if you have any. And then, or lose a hit point. I'm going to lose a hit point. Because I'm going to put the 2 5s here. which then lets me move to the last card. And I can't do anything to that one. I don't think so. So I'm just going to take the 2 hits. I'm down to 1 hit point. Get all my dice back. Oh, no, another roar. Oh, please, no. Please, no. Corrupt 1 ability space. You lose a hit point. I'll corrupt an ability space. I'll corrupt this, turn this into a 6. All right. I need a 3 and a 4. Oh, did I not flip this card? I am a cheater. Use your rage with no effect. Ah, okay. Well, there you go then. I did not flip that card because I am a major cheater. And then I would have lost because I would not have been able to defend against all the hits. So, all right. Well, that's it, folks. But I mean, I could have won if I had gotten some more abilities and things like that and not been paying attention. I might argue that I would have noticed this stuff more if I had not been watching chat and been live, but that's probably a full-fledged lie. I tend to miss a lot of stuff. But that at least gives you a good idea. My apologies to everyone watching for not getting the thing at the end there, but now that you've seen it, it's pretty easy, actually. I just was putting out all those cards. If there had been fewer cards there, then I could have gone through some of these without these annoying blasts of doom and stuff showing up. So you can see how the final thing shows up. Tony says not bad when you skip a card. Yeah, that's true. But I went back and died. Blah. All right. So that is Sanctum played live thanks to CG, and of course there's a contest. Email us at contest@dicetower.com. Put Sanctum in the subject line, and you could win. Check our website dicetower.com tomorrow. All right, we're almost at 11 o'clock, so we're gonna take a quick 2-hour break here, and then after that break, we'll be back at 1 o'clock for the final thing of the Summer Spectacular, which is Sam Healy coming on board with me and Z to do our top 10 pick up and deliver games. Thanks, everyone, again. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. See you soon.